Hey, boys and girls. I hope you've had a good week. I've enjoyed reading your work, and I hope that you're enjoying learning about World War II and the causes of it. So today we're going to continue with that, and your title is Did Hitler Intend to Start a War? We've looked at the different causes of World War One. We did some source analysis last week, and some of your source analysis was absolutely fantastic. I was really impressed. So today we're going to look at Hitler in a little bit more detail and his sort of foreign policy aims. And foreign policy is government strategy in dealing with other countries. How do you deal with other countries? Like how does England deal with France, so to speak? So your starter task is to answer these three questions using what you know about Hitler already. Answer the following questions. These are your own ideas. Okay, so Hitler wants to make Germany a great power again. How could he do this? So by great power, I mean make Germany a great country. So how could he make them great again? He's limited, remember, from the Treaty of Versailles. The army is restricted. The country was smaller. Had a lot of money that he had to pay back to England and the Allies. But what could he do? How could he do this? How could he make Germany a great power again? Think about what you already know. What do you suggest? And then I'd like you to answer the next two as well. Just what do you think, your own ideas? Your main task, which is task one, is to read, well, not your main task, sorry. Task one is to read through the British historian's view and answer the question below. The Second World War was Hitler's personal war in that he intended it. He prepared for it. He chose the moment for launching it, said Hugh Trevor Roper, a British historian. So what does this mean? What does this quote mean regarding Hitler and his aims? Your main task is some more source analysis. I want you to study sources 1 to 6 and answer the questions underneath the source. I would like you to. The first one is using the sources. What does each source suggest? What Hitler's aims? So read the source. What does it tell you about Hitler's aims? So the first source is source 1. 3 of the main demands from the Nazi Party program dating from before he attempted the Munich Putsch, which was him. Hitler trying to take over by force. So that's what that was what the Munich Putsch was. He tried to take over the country by force using an army. So it says, we demand the union of Germans to form a greater Germany. Union is joining together. We demand the cancellation of the Treaty of Versailles. We demand the land and colonies to feed our people and settle our surplus population. So I said, source 1 says his aims were union of all Germany people, to cancel the Treaty of Versailles, and more land. That's all you have to do. I'd like you to do that for the remaining 5 sources. Then I would like you to answer this question. Why might source 6 be unreliable? Why might it be unreliable? So have a little look at when it was written. Your hot task is which source is the most useful? Explain why. Consider who wrote it, when they wrote it, the type of source it is, why did they write it, so forth. Which one is the most useful to us? And task 4 and your last task is to write a tweet imagining that you're a British government and tell them you have proof. A tweet trying to contact the British government, trying to tell them you have proof Hitler intends to start a war. Create 160 character tweet, so that's like 160 words, explaining why you know Hitler intends to start a war. Why do you know Hitler starts a war? And that you're going to base that off the sources that you've read. Okay. If you find this interesting, please feel free to do some wider reading, watch some YouTube videos, go on Google and find websites. But I hope you are finding it interesting, and I hope that you and your family are doing well.